Hey now, welcome to Preview Review for the Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle giving you a sneak peek and speaking geek. Well, I have been very busy the last couple of months because, as you can tell, we haven't been here. A little bit of a new setup, trying something out. Let me know if you like it. Hit me up in the comments, hit the subscribe button, do all that fancy YouTube stuff you people that are on the YouTubes need to do. But I got to go out there and interview the cast and director for Wolfman, which came out from Universal. Definitely go check that out. I think it's hitting streaming pretty soon, if not already. Fun movie, completely different take on the Wolfman character. We'll get into what Universal is doing with their dark universe in a bit. But unfortunately, when I was there, it was the day the fire started, back January 6th-ish. Got out of there. I hope everybody's doing okay. Those were devastating. We could see them from the plane. You'd smell the smoke in the plane. It was horrible. But then got to go back a few weeks later, kind of see the devastation, which was incredible and just heartbreaking, to interview the cast and director for Love Hurts. Super fun, rom-com, action movie. Marshawn Lynch, best part of that film. So when that hits, definitely check that out. And want to thank our friends from Universal for having us out, and hopefully have us out to a lot more, because those are super fun and really nice hotels. Really, really nice hotels. And they give you money for the food at the thing. Anyway, I won't get into it. But those were super fun. So make sure you check them out. And let me know what you think of the new setup. Look at this. I got to try to bring you in more. And also so you don't have to look at my legs. Nobody wants to see that. But last night we had one of the fun nights of Hollywood, the Oscars. I still got to get used to the things over here now. But yeah, so I will not use video because there are 4 places you don't bother with video: NFL, the Olympics, FIFA, World Cup, and the Oscars, because they will come find you. And I don't need that problem. So we had the Oscars last night. Obviously, it's weird what they do with the Oscars now. It used to be 5 best films. You'd at least maybe have seen 2 of them. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I saw that one. Oh, I know that actor. That's a big name actor in that one, and I know those people. It seems like the trend for the last 10 years is like, who is that? That was in the theater? What? How do you even pronounce that? I mean, that's part of it. So it's always, I mean, it's interesting with the Oscars. I mean, I get it. They've got to get out there and they've got to, you want to promote independent filmmakers, which Andrea won Best Picture, which I guess deservingly. I haven't seen it yet. It is on my now queue list. I always like to check them out when they finally do win. But our list was The Brutalist, The Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune 2, which I actually did see. But again, my wife took me to that one. And Dune is one of those where I have to sit there and go, I don't know what's going on. She has to give me a cheat sheet on the way in, and I go, is this Star Wars? Is this Star Wars? It feels like Star Wars. She goes, they took Star Wars from this. Because it feels like Star Wars. Every time we go see them. But they're super good. I mean, I get it. By the end of it, I kind of pick up on it. But those are you have to watch every second of it, or I'm completely lost. Emilia Perez, which kind of got sandbagged because the main actress kind of messed up everything. Yeah, I won't get into that one. Conan took care of that. I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, which I've just heard is just kind of, yeah, like it's great visual effects, but you got to be in a mood, I think, to see that. Is from what I've heard. You got to be in a mood. And then Wicked, which I did see, which my opinion, Wicked will get it for Wicked Part 2, which I heard this today from multiple people, including Howard Stern, shout out Baba Booey, that he didn't know there was a Part 1 and a Part 2. Neither did Robin, neither did I. At the end of it, I went, oh, that was great. There's a Part 2? I thought we wrapped it up here. This seems like we wrapped this up. We did what we needed to do here, and no? Okay, we're doing this again next year. So more of those two going on. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo going on another trek across the country, I guess, and doing all their interviews and everything we got this year. Mickey Madsen won for Nora. Again, I do not know this movie. I will check it out now. It just is interesting that I know Bill Maher said it the other night that we love hookers in Hollywood, which Okay, it seems about right. So that's kind of how that one went. I guess it's a thing about a Russian hooker, or the guy is Russian and he gets a hooker, or they get married. I don't know. Again, I haven't checked a lot of these out. And the big controversy with that is everybody thought Demi Moore should have won for Substance. Now, Demi Moore is Hollywood royalty. She's made, I mean, I think she was the highest paid actress at one point. She's made some of the best movies ever, especially in the 90s. She dealt with Bruce Willis when Bruce Willis was being Bruce Willis. And she didn't get it, which is kind of sucks. And I know you're supposed to give it on that project, not a career, okay? Not overall, but come on. Like, she finally gets an Oscar nod because she said she was told in her career she only did popcorn movies, crap like that. So for her to finally get a kick at an Oscar and not get it, that sucks because you don't know when you're getting back to the dance, man. It's like in sports. You don't know when you're getting back to the Super Bowl or the NBA championship or another shot at a Daytona 500. So that's always rough. Now, Nora did win 5 Academy Awards, Best Director, which he said this when he got up there. And I don't want to poo-poo him. Sean Baker. That we need to go back to the theater. We need to see movies in the theater, make them for the theater, not the streaming and not your TV and not your phone. To him, I say this. Have you sat in a theater with normal people lately? Because it's a nightmare. I think ever since we got out of the thing a few years ago, I hate to say it because I don't want it to come back. It's like Voldemort. I said it. That people just don't know how to act in those places. I went and saw Saturday Night when that came out. Now, that's a small budget movie, a small core audience that would want to go see that. That's not a big release, small theater. And these 2 women would not shut up behind me. And you're fighting with kids with their phones and people bringing kids to action movies and everything like that. And it is just the most mind-numbing stuff that you have to sit through when you've paid $50 when you get in the door to go to a movie in a theater. Now, I'm with them. I like me a good theater movie. I will go see my action films in there. I will go see if it's something super dramatic in there because I want to feel the noise. The sound mixing alone in Wolfman would be worth going to see in the theater. It's tough when the cost for it, and I get the theaters have to get caught up for 3 years of really no one going. The food price is going up, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, they don't sell eggs at the movie theaters, but you know what I mean. And I get that, but it's so tough to say, hey, let's load up and go to the theater now. Or we can wait a couple weeks and that thing's going to be on my TV or my phone. I'm good. With some of it, I'm just good. Most comedies, I want to see at home now. I mean, what was it? It's on Amazon. You're Cordially Invited. I would have seen that in the theater. That was funny as hell. Watched it on Prime. Pretty funny. Still got the jokes. I like to see, like a movie like Jackass, I love to see in the theater. I digress. So we had that. Kieran Culkin won for A Real Pain. I do want to see that movie. I wanted to see it when it came out. I just kind of got busy and didn't catch up to it. I love that Robert Downey Jr. gave him the award for Best Supporting Actor because it feels like they're the same person to an extent. Aside that his brother, Macaulay, had to deal with a lot of more of the child star problems, but he still had to deal with the pain in the butt parents, which he did give a shout out to. So I'll give him some props for that. So that was good. And Zoe Saldana won for Amelia Perez, which everybody's kind of like, look, the other one's having problems. Let's at least give it to her. She was really good in it, I guess. Still haven't seen it. Again, Best Director went to Honora, and then we go on from there. Best Animated Film went to Flow. This foreign film. It didn't go to Inside Out 2, which made how much money around the world? I guess they're just tired of giving them to Pixar all the time. And I heard The Wild Robot was really good. I know Daily Flash here, Mitch English went and saw that one and said it was really good. And if you want to make parents cry, that one was going to drop you. It's like one of those kids that was Land Before Time. You're going to lose it in that one. And then, of course, Wicked won for costume design with Paul Tezewell, which everybody knew that one was coming because that was just one of the he was going to be one of the big they were propping all of his designs and everything up for that throughout the Oscars. So that was not a surprise. Now, we did have a new host last night, Mr. Coco O'Brien. I love me some Coco. I think Conan has had one of the most interesting career trajectories since leaving late night. Now, we know he hosted The Late Show forever, Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Then the whole debacle with The Tonight Show. And Conan, maybe I take The Tonight Show back over. Then he took a couple years off, enjoyed that money that NBC paid him to go bye-bye for a little bit. And then had a show on TBS, which was fine. Some good moments on there. It was a little bit more looser on cable. But it still didn't feel good. Didn't feel like he was comfortable. It was just a gig, right? You take the gigs. He got to do travel stuff. That travel show he has is really, really good. I'm hoping he does more of those. Anything with him and Jordan Schlansky, I will watch as we find out what Jordan's actual job as an associate producer is. Actually, I could use one because I do all this myself. And then, well, except for this, obviously, but this. Yeah. And then he went and did his podcast, which I love. I love him and his assistant, some of his producers get on there and they just riff, and that's pretty good. But his long form interviews are actually really, really good. I didn't know that he'd be that good of doing an hour long. Like his Carol Burnett one is classic, and some when he has his friends on that were used to be on the show with him, they're really good. Andy Richter even has his own segment on there, which he wasn't involved in the Oscars. But anyway, Conan as an Oscar host was great. He did a couple punch jokes here and there, had a couple jabs at folks. Nothing too bad, I thought. Nothing too punch gut. Nothing too where he was getting into political stuff. There was one political joke, but it's nothing that's going to hit home too hard to anybody that was watching it. I mean, if you're watching the Oscars, you're probably on the left side of the aisle anyway, honestly. But that it wasn't bad. I thought the monologue was good. The little cut-ins were pretty good. The behind-the-scenes stuff he was even doing online was really good. But I think the best part of the entire monologue was, Adam Sandler got popped in there. Adam is notoriously dressed like this, and I will tell you one of my stories from LA. I do not get starstruck. I have met a lot of people, high-end. I've interviewed Kevin Bacon, so you're 1 degree away if you're watching this. Yeah, think about that. And he showed up in his usual attire. Adam does not dress up. When I was in LA, I was getting off an elevator, heading to the airport. Door opens in Beverly Hills at the hotel they put me up in. Adam Sandler is sitting on a bench right in front of the elevator, tracksuit, waiting on somebody with one other guy. And I just went, I froze, let the door close, went back upstairs, went, hello, want to say something, want to talk basketball with him. You got to be cool. Okay, you're there for work. You got to be cool. So I went back down, looked like I just forgot a cord, which I ended up doing and I had to run by him like a Muppet because I forgot my cord. He went, hey. So I got a hello from Adam Sandler, so I will take that. But anyway, Adam did a nice bit, and honestly, I would have rather played in that 5-on-5 basketball game that he was talking about because that seemed like more fun than sitting around for 4.5 hours. Now, I will say this about the Oscars. They started it at 7, and I didn't know that. I thought it would be 8. So I started watching at about 7:20 and I had to rewind, which is fine. You can get caught up, but I went, no, because then I started seeing the feed online of the winners. I'm going, no, I don't want this. I want to see it live. If I'm making the commitment to sit here and do it live, we're going to do it live. So that was my one hiccup with the Oscars was the start time. I didn't like that. I wish it would have been. I wish it would have been at the time they said that probably would have been. That's just my opinion. All right, so we move on from the Oscars. Great night. Congratulations to everybody. I hope you're all able to go eat In-N-Out Burger now because they all eat like a pea the weeks leading up to it. Don't drink any water, nothing. They just want to be skinny and pretty and wear the designer gown they got loaned and the jewelry they got loaned for the night and go home and then have your In-N-Out Burger. So congratulations to everybody. Now, we did have a Saturday Night Live this week, and it was with Mr. Shane Gillis. Now, I love Shane Gillis. His comedy has grown on, I think, a lot of people lately. And just getting to know him once. And what's funny with him is he once was a host or a cast member on SNL. Then some horrible tweets came out, I guess. Not horrible, but stuff that, back in the 90s or early 2000s. Not 90s. He wasn't even around. 2000s was a little raunchy. Fired him. Went on to do his comedy, which I think is brilliant. His show Tires is freaking hilarious on Netflix. Check it out. I think season 2 is coming out this summer. So he hosts this week. I thought it was amazing. They opened it up with political. Of course, they had to talk about the Zelensky thing. Mike Myers showed up as Elon Musk, which was pretty funny. But he had a couple bits like this one, couple of beers, which I think is one of the best productions they've done in a while. Absolutely hilarious. I thought he killed it. The musical guest, though, oh, God, I don't even remember. It was Tate McRae. I don't know her, and the music was not good. Take whatever mixing and stuff and crank it up, and that's what it sounded like. It's not great. It kind of sucks, and you can always tell when there's a good SNL host because they're in the skits. It's not just the cast members. When it's bad, they kind of shove them to the back, and they they get 2 lines in each skit. They're maybe not even in a skit hardly. Shane's in the middle of everything. If it's really, really funny. If you get a chance, go check it out. First part of his monologue, political. Second part of it, absolutely hilarious. And yes, I won't spoil it for you. Every white guy does ask that question. So I'm going to leave you on that little bit of a teaser there. But I like Shane Gillis. I want to see him live. I feel like him on a stadium thing is not going to be as good, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I just don't know how it'd go, if you know what I mean. So, we got some theme park news, and this one's huge. Okay, we finally got some team member. Gotta call them team members. I almost said what they called down the street at Mickey World. Team member previews, and they actually put this out, which I thought was interesting, is a look at the animatronics inside the Dark Universe ride there. It's these things look amazing. Everybody that's gone through the Dark Universe ride at Epic Universe, again, give me a chance. I'm working on this thing. Has said that this is an amazing ride. Yeah, Monsters Uncharted. They all get loose. They're all crazy running through the park. Yeah. Where's the ride? Whatever. Restaurants and dining. I don't care about restaurants and dining. Yeah. Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. Okay, there you go. They're saying that it was absolutely amazing, that everything in there is working for the moment, which is always good. Of course, they're going to say that. They're team members, and they have to say it. But it seems like they've got it together with this one. I am so excited to get out there and see it. I hope that it works well when they fire it off. I know it doesn't open till May. They've got time to mess it up, sadly. But it looks like these animatronics are together. Some of the other areas they said weren't completely done. I mean, obviously they got to put a final coat on. The whole reason for a team member preview is so that they can get in there and fix stuff. That is the whole reason for these things. It is to see them work, see them break, figure out how to make them work. But these look at this thing. Like, it's just flawless. They're going to break until they figure out, hey, look what I'm doing. You can't fix it till you break it, right? Am I right? But I am just worried that I'm never going to get in there for at least 3 years. I hope our friends at Universal will have us out for a little bit of maybe a preview, and we'll definitely do a full walkthrough when we do that. But I'm not spoiling anything. I say this with peace and love. Peace and love to all of you vloggers out there, which I have my quarrels with. There are a couple of you that I do know that are mildly respectful of people's spaces. That's Paging Mr. Murrow, Super Enthused, Tim Tracker. You guys don't really involve the background crowd. You avoid putting families in it. I appreciate that. There's some of you that just don't care, and you post everything, and you spoil a lot of stuff. Don't spoil this stuff. Let us get in the park. Let us experience it. Some people from Japan have already ruined the Donkey Kong Land stuff for me, which really upset me because that's the area. I mean, now that I'm hearing about this Dark Universe stuff, that's kind of what I'm almost more excited to see. But that's what I want, is to experience it for the first time myself. I don't want to do it through YouTube. You guys already ruined Halloween Horror Nights half the time with that stuff. So that's what I want to see. I am excited for that. Now, what do you guys think about Epic Universe? And are you guys going to come like right off the bat? That's my worry, is that we're going to hit a point where it's just it gets so expensive and it gets so hard to get in, and it stuff gets ruined. It's like, do I really want to go? Do I want to spend all this money? Do I want to spend all this time getting in there and until it's died down for 3-4 years? I mean, that's what it's going to be, 3-4 years. The other parks are going to be empty. The ticket program they have going, if you're not an annual pass holder, which we are not currently, is that you have to buy a 3-park pass, and only one of those days will be for Epic Universe, and you have to pick it, which I think, I get it. You want people to still go to the parks, but it's kind of, it's really a logistical and a monetary nightmare for a lot of people in the country right now, for them to be able to do that and actually go and enjoy it, when you're just going to have, for the first month, it's going to be nothing but vloggers and influencers running through there, people posting everything, and then people just breaking stuff. I almost want to wait a month or two, but I don't want us to get out of line. Maybe everything's right. Maybe things fired up. I mean, if you know the history of the original Universal Park, you'll understand why. I mean, nothing worked at Disneyland the first day it opened too. So I think that they're doing this right. They're showing you that everything is working, that it is functioning, and to go but sometimes you want to let something breathe, right? You don't need to be the first one there. It's going to be there. They're not changing anything. They are already talking about expansions for this already. They've already got expansions in mind, but we'll see what happens. Now, last thing I'll touch on today. I'm a wrestling fan. Always have been, always will be. A few years there I didn't watch. And those were mostly the John Cena years. Thought it was a little campy. This is when they were getting out of the Attitude Era. Now, what we finally got, after 22 years, heel turn John Cena. Heel turn John Cena, kids. Heel turn John Cena. And I couldn't be happier. Oh, I couldn't be happier. He kicked Cody Rhodes right in the junk when The Rock told him because he wouldn't give him his soul. This is storytelling at its best, kids. This is long-form storytelling. Long form. And I'm sure a lot of you don't care about WWE, but for us nerds out there that love it, this was the ultimate. This is back when Hulk Hogan went to the NWO from the red and white, eat your vitamins, say your prayers junk. This is John Cena with the hustle, loyalty, respect, and Make-A-Wish kids and all that. And he kicked Cody Rhodes right in the American dream. It was somewhat satisfying. Somewhat satisfying. Here was the question, though. Why is Travis Scott there? I do not know why Travis Scott is there. He does not need to be there. I think he's doing the music for WrestleMania coming up in April, and that's why. But that kind of ruined it for everybody. Everybody's like, no. We don't need him. We really don't need him. We'll have to see. Tonight is Monday Night Raw. I can't wait for it whenever you watch this. But anyway, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Send me what you think of this setup. It'll get better. I'll get better. We'll all get better together. But let me know what you think. Hit me up. Like, comment, do all that fun stuff. Make sure you check out Daily Flash. Head over to dailyflashshow.com. See where we air in your area. And you can check out everything we have on our YouTube page as well. So till next time, peace and love. Peace and love.